So I want to talk about this Luca and AD trade that happened a couple days ago. Luca got traded for AD, and the whole world was shook. And if you're a Mavs fan, you probably cried, you probably burnt your jersey, you probably tried to cover the tattoo that you got for your team. And quite honestly, I think it's weird that a grown ass man would get a tat of his favorite team. It's not that deep. Do they pay your bills or something? I think it's quite strange. And if you're a Lakers fan, you're obnoxious like a Cowboys fan. You think you're winning, and you're not going to win. It felt like trading a Chanel bag for a Louis bag from Turkey. Uh, which means it's a Louis bag, but it's a knockoff. It's a good knockoff. See, what I realize in life is that when something is too good to be true, it's too good to be true. I remember when I was in college, I used to see this girl, this beautiful girl. She was in shape, beautiful, was going to school to be a nurse. And every man that she would talk to, it wouldn't last more than 3 weeks. For 3 years, I seen this girl talk to multiple men, and they kept failing. And from looking at it from far, I kept asking myself, man, these guys are idiots. Why are they letting this girl go? This girl got a beautiful career. She's beautiful. See, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot my shot. So I decided to shoot my shot and came to find out that her private part smelled like rotten lasagna. So I had to let it go. But see, I didn't understand why this man kept leaving her from far. I kept admiring her, not knowing the real truth behind it. And so when I got close to the situation, then I realized, oh, this is why. And so now you really gotta wonder, the Dallas Mavs, who were up close in that situation, who knew everything there is to know about Luka, what he does, how he prepares for a game, how good he really is. Why would they give up on the play that they invested? And we're not talking about the Charlotte Hornet, okay? We're not talking about Washington Wizards. We're talking about the Dallas Mavs, a great organization that was just in the final last year, that won it with Dirk 10 years ago. And they've had pretty good teams in the last decade. Why would they give up on a player like that? And if I may remind you, Luka was drafted third. That third pick, when they drafted Luka, it was very controversial because a lot of people criticized that. And it was just justified criticism. We're talking about some dude that was playing in Europe, 6'7", not athletic. It's not like there's been a ton of success before him of guys with that type of athleticism, that type of body that were very successful. So it was justified criticism. You draft him, he ends up being who you thought he will be and more. Now ask yourself, why would they give up on him? And this man has generational talent. And it's not like he doesn't like the city. He just bought a $15 million house in Dallas. So we know it's not that he was going to say no to the contract. A super max that would have paid him $350 million. That he's gonna and if he doesn't resign with the Mavs, he's gonna lose about $100 million. So we know he wasn't gonna say no to the max contract. Why would the Mavs give up on him? I'll tell you why. Because the Mavs realized that they were gonna pay this man $350 million, handicapping the team for the next 5 years for a dude who does not care that much about basketball. This kid Luka is undisciplined. Basketball is not his priority. Doesn't take care of his body. Doesn't give no effort on defense. Likes to smoke cigarette. Doesn't want to get in shape. Why would you give a man that kind of money? $350 million to a man who Luka doesn't wake up and go to bed, waking up the next day thinking, man, I really need to win a championship. That's just not him. Basketball is not his priority. We saw that in the final last year when they I believe it was when they beat Minnesota. The first thing he was doing was drinking beer. That's what he likes to do. He likes to live. He likes to live. He doesn't want to play. He likes basketball. He just happens to be good at it. But he doesn't want to put the extra effort that helps you get to the top. See, the Dallas Mavs knew that Luka's not a championship level player. Not because he doesn't have the talent, but he doesn't have the motivation. He's not gonna do what's needed. Okay, this guy was lazy on defense. Never play, gives no effort. There's been plenty of guys in the NBA that are not good defensively. Jokic is one of them. But Jokic, you can see that the man tries. He gets a lot of steals because he keeps his hands active. And when he's getting scored on, he just happen to just not be quick laterally. He's not fast. He's not the quickest player, and he gets abused on defensively. But the effort is at least there. With Luka, there's just no effort. They were literally targeting him last year. You can't win like that. And the Mavs knew that because the Lakers were so excited. Oh, yeah, we about to get a top 5 player. They didn't see the trap that was coming. It's like when dudes date bottle girls and 5 years down the line, they get cheated on. Surprise. Where do you think them tips were coming from? You thought she was getting all those tips because she was talking about the weather with the dudes? No. See, when you make decisions, you need to take emotions out of it. You need to take love out of it. You need to think clearly. These owners are seeing a lot of these NBA players that don't care about basketball, and they're seeing how it's working out. It's not working out well. We're seeing guys like Kawhi. Kawhi doesn't care about basketball. Every chance he gets to take a break, he's gone. Ooh, it's storming. Got to take care of my family. Ooh, I'm out a week. And the Mavs saw that, and they're like, we're going to give this man $350 million. That's a lot of money. They said, nope, we don't want that smoke. We'll let the Lakers find out. And the Lakers are a goofy they're a goofy organization. They've been a shit show for the past 5 years, drafting guys like Bronny. I just don't understand it. And for those Mavs fans who think that, we're the loser in this situation, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that the Mavs are the losers in this situation. I don't know about you, but it would have shocked me if the Mavs won the championship. I mean, they still got AD, who's a top 10 player. They still got one of the clutchest player in Kyrie Irving. They got a really good roster. And quite honestly, I think they're more complete now. They got some inside scoring. They got Kyrie now, that's who's going to run the show. Now, instead of Clay standing in the corner waiting for Kyrie and Luka to create a shot, he can get more looks. They still got PJ Washington. They just drafted the dude that used to play for the Heat, who got championship level experience. I wouldn't be shocked if the Dallas Mavs won the championship. They still got a really good roster. Are the Lakers going to win the championship? No, not with that roster. Who's going to play defense? You're gonna have LeBron James. You're gonna have Reeves. You're gonna have Luka guarding. They're basically gonna get twerked on by the whole league. Who's gonna stop who? The Lakers are probably thinking, oh, well, this year probably doesn't matter. We're going to go retool next year. We got a top 5 player. He's ain't going to be healthy? The dude came into the season this year weighing 260 pounds. This dude was out there looking like baby Embiid. He's not a championship player. And people think because the Mavs got to the finals last year that Luka is that type of player that's going to keep carrying you every year. No, he's not. Last year was an anomaly. Last year, they weren't supposed to be there. And they got exposed like they should have in the final. Because Denver is the team that ruined everything. See, Denver is the team they should have faced. And they would have got smoked. And it's very unfortunate that we got a guy named Michael Porter who's been in the league for 7 years and doesn't want to learn how to dribble. He's just a catch and shoot shooter and said, no, I'm never going to learn a single damn move. And we lost. See, had Denver not lost that game against Minnesota, Mavs would have never gotten to the final. And you know why? You know how I know it's not an anomaly? Because when a team is ascending and they get far in the playoff, the next year they take it to the next level. And we're seeing that with OKC. They made it far. They're an ascending team, and they took their talent to another level this year. And you see in the Mavs, they didn't take their talent to the next level. They're an average team. And I don't think Luka was gonna now that OKC got more experience, now that Minnesota got more experience, and Denver, I'm sure with Westbrook, they seems to have something. I don't think the Mavs were gonna make it to the final again. Luka's just not a championship player. Now, I think it's weird that the owner didn't put him up for a bidding war. I thought that was weird. But I'm not gonna pay Luka 350 million knowing that he doesn't care about basketball. Because I've seen what Kawhi is doing. I've seen what Zion is doing. I mean, he likes to be in a strip club more than he likes to hoop. So I'm not paying a guy like that 350 millions. We see the guy like that we see the guy like Luca in other sports. His name is Neymar. His name is Ronaldinho. 3 or 4 gray hairs, I don't really care about basketball anymore. I like to party more. It always ends well. It always ends bad. So I applaud the Mavs for having the courage, for having the data that they have on Luka, and looking at the data and saying, no, this guy is just not going to get the job done.